I'm going to talk to you about teacher qualifications. I truly believe teachers need to have same certifications as public school teachers, elementary school teachers. And the reason I say this is because the state of Florida only requires 45 credit hours. And that just seems crazy to me. How much can you learn by taking the test, taking the class online, and then going and testing out? Um, I don't even think it's a true assessment. The other thing that um, they require is like for VPK, they require a CDA. I think there's so much more that a teacher should know about early childhood than a CDA or 45 hours. And there's several reasons why I believe this. One reason is if I go to a class or a workshop and I'm just like, oh, I've taken this workshop 3 times, I'm going to know what they're going to do. It's going to be boring. I always take home 4 or 5 new ideas to put into my teacher toolbox to try in my classroom. Some work for me, some don't, but I can build on it. So I'm always learning new things in these workshops. Same with my college classes. I'm always learning from my peers, the professors, my reading. I'm learning. I can apply those into the classroom that I'm doing my practicum in. But there's another reason. I went last year, I was approached by a school. Um, it was a private school, and they offered me good benefits, good pay, and I thought I really hit the jackpot. She said that I would have supplies. Um, they had the basic supplies. If I needed anything else, I had a $50 a month spending. But this is great. I'm not going to have to spend any of my money. I'm excited. And even though I had all those positives, once I started working there, I realized it just wasn't the place for me. My classroom was set up in a way that had the actual centers. Children were allowed to choose their centers. There usually was not a closed down center, um, unless we were doing something else in that center. There was always lots of centers open. I believed in Tucker Turtle. I did expectations before circle, every circle. My kids had jobs. I believe that they should learn how to help in the classroom. It was their responsibility to make our classroom work, to run smoothly. Um, and if I had a problem with a child, I had a child in an IEP, and one of his exit things before he started kicking and throwing chairs I would be buzz the office for him to go up to the office. And I realized once he was up there, even though I was doing Tucker Turtle and doing what not only what the county said, but what I'm comfortable with doing, I realized up there that's not the case. The director had a 4-year degree, but it was in high school, so she did her other qualifications to qualify her to be able to be a director. But she didn't understand, she didn't believe in Tucker Turtle. She didn't believe in any of those things that are coming up about teaching them social skills. And one day I told her, if a child doesn't know how to go to the bathroom, we potty train them. If a child doesn't know how to ride a bike, we teach them. If they don't know how to drive, we teach them how to drive. But if a child acts wrong, what do we do? And she said, we punish them. And I said, well, we should teach them. They don't know how to act in certain situations. Let's give them the skills. Let's talk it out. Let's do Tucker Turtle. And she just said no, that they couldn't do that. And I don't think she understood Tucker Turtle. I don't think she understood why I did the expectations every time before my circle time. She told me it was a waste of time. The other VPK teacher was very old school, just had her CDA, did her 12 hours a year to keep, to be able to teach her CEUs, her credit hours, but she really wasn't changing her ways. She wasn't open to new techniques. She would get my children in the afternoon, and my children were allowed to play in centers and make choices for themselves. And in her room, they sat down all as a group and they did art, all 10 of them. They went to the housekeeping, all 10 of them. There was always closed centers. And it was very old school. And I realized that even though I was getting the pay that I wanted, I was getting the benefits that were even better, I I couldn't do it anymore. And I couldn't work with this child who had problems to send him up to the office and him just to be sitting in a chair and then sent back to class when he's calmed down. Um, so therefore, I really think teachers in early childhood should have the education so that they can keep up with the times and hopefully learn why we do stuff when we do it and that kind of stuff. I think people with CDAs, they can be great teachers, but sometimes they don't understand, or they could be better teachers with the education. So I'm for the stance that teachers in early childhood should have more than a CDA in their classroom. Thank you.